Hi, and welcome to our next junior algebra video. We're going to now turn our attention to factorising quadratics, and we've got 3 videos to do this. Right, so far we've talked about taking a quadratic, which is inside 2 brackets, and expanding it into expanded form. Well, now we're going backwards. We're taking expanded form and going back into factored form. Right, before we do that, let's just go through the idea that we've talked about in the last 3 videos and see if you're really confident or if you need more practice. Here we go. X times x is x squared. X times this positive 2 is plus 2x. X times this positive 6 is positive 6x. And positive 2 times positive 6 makes positive 12. Right, we can simplify the 2 terms in the middle, which is 2x and 6x, which makes 8x, and we can write it down as x squared plus 8x plus 12. Right, now let's see if you've picked up. Along the way, you may have started to observe a few things. First of all, this 8 was made up of 6 plus 2. And second of all, you may have picked up this 12 is made up of 6 times 2. So the 8 came from 6 plus 2, and the 12 came from 6 times 2. Now that's going to help us with this idea of factorisation. So let's go through it once more. X squared plus 8x plus 12 gets factored into x plus 6 times x plus 2. The 8 has come about by going 6 plus 2, and the 12 has come about from 6 times 2. Right, let's put this into practice and see if you're going to understand the basics of factorising quadratics. Here we go. We're going to have 2 brackets. In the first bracket, we're going to have x plus something. In the second bracket, we're going to have x plus something. Now, at the moment, they're all pluses, because if you look above, we've got x squared plus 7x plus 10x. Plus 10. We'll get into the next video, which has got some minuses, and it gets a little tricky. But for now, everything's pluses. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to say, well, the 2 numbers here have to multiply to get 10. It could be 1 times 10, or it could be 2 times 5. It could be 1 times 10, 2 times 5. Right. The 2 numbers here also have to plus to get 7. Well, once again, it could be 1 and 10 or 2 and 5. But 1 plus 10 doesn't add to 7, 2 plus 5 does. So we can straight away ditch the 1 and 10, and we know the 2 numbers we're looking for are 2 and 5. So let's chuck them in here, x plus 2 and x plus 5. 2 times 5 gives us our 10, and 2 plus 5 gives us our 7. So we've factorised it into 2 brackets, x plus 2 times x plus 5. Now, be careful when you multiply numbers, it doesn't matter which order you multiply them. Remember, those 2 brackets have been multiplied, so it doesn't matter. So if you wrote down that and got yourself a big tick, and your mate next to you wrote down x plus 5 first, and then x plus 2 second, they'd also get a big tick as well. It doesn't matter which way around the 2 brackets go. All right, let's try another one. X squared plus 11x plus 30. So we're going to have 2 brackets, x plus something and x plus something. Now, the 2 numbers we've got to find multiply to give 30. So here's a whole lot of numbers that multiply by 30. 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 5 times 6. They're all the factors of 30. But we've got to pick a pair that add up to 11. So the pair's got to plus to 11. And the pair that add up to 11 is 5 and 6. 5 and 6 plus to 11, and 5 times 6 gives us 30. So we've identified the pair has to be 5 and 6. So our factored form is x plus 5 bracket x plus 6. But remember, we just spoke before, if your mate next to you wrote down x plus 6 first and x plus 5, all ticks to both of you. Cool. Thanks very much for watching.